Spears has previously said that she filed for divorce first in 2006 because she didn't want to be humiliated by Federline. Kevin Federline is opening up about the moment he learned, just moments before going live on air for a TV interview, that then-wife Britney Spears had filed for divorce. Federline, 47, recounted the November 2006 moment, which he said blindsided him, in his new memoir You Thought You Knew, which hits shelves on October 21. At the time, Federline was promoting his album Playing with Fire, and had traveled to Canada to appear on Much Music. But back at home, his 2-year marriage to Spears, 43, was unraveling. Federline claims in his memoir that a fight culminated in having his lawyer draft a letter demanding Spears not breastfeed the couple's sons while under the influence. Federline wrote that the letter wasn't a divorce filing, but he did consider it a line in the sand, and that he'd subsequently ignored Spears' calls and voicemails trying to make amends. The former dancer wrote that while on the Much Music set, he found out from a production during pre-show preparations that Spears had filed for divorce, leaving him feeling ambushed. My brain just froze. I must have looked like a deer in headlights, staring at the guy like he'd just spoken in tongues, Federline wrote in his book. My first thought was, what the F are you talking about? Nobody had told me. That's how I found out. Federline wrote that he did his best to keep it together, but was unraveling inside, as he believed he and his pop star wife, who share son Sean Preston, now 20, and Jaden James, now 19, were still figuring things out. He wrote that he continued on with the show as best he could, but was still thrown for a loop, and confirmed the filing with his lawyer after taping, only to realize that the press had already gotten wind. It was a public unraveling of my life, right in the middle of my album release, he writes. Later, Britney claimed that she was legally advised to file for divorce before I got the chance. Her PR team thought that after the Justin Timberlake breakup, it would look bad if she was on the receiving end again. In her own 2023 memoir The Woman in Me, Spears recounted her side of filing for divorce, saying she'd been told by her lawyer that papers were inevitable, and if she did not file, Federline would. What I gathered from this was that Kevin wanted to file for divorce but he felt guilty doing it, she wrote. He knew that it would make him look better publicly if I was the one who filed. The pop star wrote that she didn't want to be embarrassed or humiliated, so she filed first. In response to Federline's forthcoming memoir, Spears has been vocal about her disapproval of the book, claiming in a social media post on October 15 that he was using the memoir as an opportunity to profit off my pain. She also accused him of literally attacking her in a number of press interviews, writing, "If you really love someone then you don't help them by humiliating them." In another post, Spears wrote that she'd had enough of Federline constantly gaslighting her, and defended her relationship with her sons. I have always pleaded and screamed to have a life with my boys, Spears wrote. Relationships with teenage boys is complex. I have felt demoralized by this situation and have always asked and almost begged for them to be a part of my life. A representative for the Gimme More singer previously told People in a statement, once again he and others are profiting off her and sadly it comes after child support has ended with Kevin. All she cares about are her kids, Sean Preston and Jaden James and their well-being during this sensationalism. She detailed her journey in her memoir. Meanwhile, in an interview with Extra, Federline addressed claims that he'd only published the book for money. I think if you read the book and you'll see that over the course of my life, I've realized what matters to me most, and it's definitely not money, he wrote. My family means more to me than anything money could ever buy.